My friends at NASA are at it again. Last year they attacked the moon, this year they attacked California. Obviously, because they ran out of space to look at. Okay, thought that would go over. I'm waiting for people to fall down. They discovered a new life form, completely alien to Earth. Well, we've never seen it before. In California. Now, of all people, we know if you wanted to look into anything mysterious in a puddle and find something alien, you've got New Jersey right across the river. Why didn't they go there and do something closer? But no, they go to California and they discovered a new type of bacteria that feeds off of arsenic, which is a poison. We've never heard of anything feeding off of arsenic before, except for people who get Botox. Botox is a watered-down form of botulism. You know, that plague-eating bacteria that sort of devours flesh. We inject it into our celebrities' faces to numb them out. And people can live off of poisons. We all saw Carol Burnett on that episode of Glee. She looks borderline radioactive. Between her and, I don't know, Joan Rivers, people are now radioactive. A vampire could feed off of them and get radiation poisoning. Walk around like it's Fallout 3. I like Fallout 3.
That was great. Speaking of games, you know what I'm playing now?
What are you playing?
I'm finally playing Persona 3.
You finally got the third?
I'm not. I believe Persona 3. It's been out like forever and a half. I'm playing it now. Portable, yeah, honest. And it's sad because it's taking over my life. I'll be sitting there. Oh, Mike.
No, you're Chris. This is the mic.
I know. So I'm playing Persona 3, and I love screwing people. So like, Chris, what'd you do this weekend? I go to walk. I'm like, oh guys, it was great. I fought a demon. I'm dating the captain of the swim team. Chris, you're married. Dating the captain of the swim team. Am I Spider-Man now? Alright, so yes, no? Oh, better. You with it.
Tell us a story!
So you're playing Persona 3. And again, I love screwing people. That's my life now. I'm in high school again. This time I like it. It's ironic. It's like, yeah, exactly. Oh, high school. If high school was Persona 3, then it has to show up, answer a question, go to lab, go home, fight demons. There needs to be more fighting games in high school. I think kids would go more if you could fight something and not get in trouble for it.
I would have gone to high school if there were demons to fight.
Just saying, exactly, that's the point. But it's, again, so I'll come home like, honey, guess what? She's like, what's up, Chris? I'm the captain of the swim team. Welcome to silence. Well, is she hot? That's my life. But, so yeah, that's my life the last 2 weeks.
I'm proud of you. This is me feigning pride. I'm excited for you. You do a lot in video games, you do a lot more than you can for the rest of your life, which is why I really wish that I could beef up my actual resume. I'm floating around trying to find work at this point. I'll take it at any point, because when you go up to someone and you tell them what I do, it goes down that horrible road. They say you're a comedian, and then they instantly start off, well, prove it, tell me a joke. That never happens. Someone tells you, I'm a proctologist. All right. I think he's lying. No one does that. Then, of course, they ask, you're a comedian. Oh, where do you perform? Conventions. What kind of conventions? Oh, hell. I talk about Mudkip for an hour and a half. What do you think I do? I wish I could put on my actual resume everything I've accomplished on video games, just to beef it up a little. Because there's BFA in writing from a local community college, or save the planet 8 times without anybody knowing. I have management experience. I was considering higher education, and I will as soon as I can afford it. So once I have some more Vespine gas loading up, I was going to invest in that, because I think in terms of the long term. I have extensive travel experience. I crossed the Oregon Trail, losing only 2 children to dysentery. Crossed the Earth about 3 times in Final Fantasy III. I also have a license for that Warthog parked out. I'm very proficient with vehicles. Bumblebee, the Batmobile, Chocobos, whatever the hell you want to call Yoshi, so like a Class D dinosaur. I can parallel park that. References, most places I work for are super secret shady organizations that don't exactly exist in the government's eye, so you can call during regular business hours, but you might get voicemail. Oh yeah, I know magic. Alchemy, white magic, red magic, Windows Excel, the internet, material, plasmid, C++, espers, summons, I do the whole 9 yards. Do I work well as a team player?
No.
No. Team Fortress 2, baby, snipers. They're not team players at all. I've led entire armies against this earth, you can say that. Do I work well with animals? I have about 6 kept in little balls around my waist. If I wanted to electrocute you to death and burn down this city, it would be child's play, since I walked here and all my Pokedexes have told me Pikachu's at level 60 right now. So if I wanted to exterminate you all, it would be child's play, but I choose not to, which is why I'm here at the open call for Applebee's! So yeah, I'm great with animals. I learn a lot from my experiences. I sometimes even level up. I learn from my mistakes. Sometimes I will, in a difficult situation, I will suck up my enemies into my mouth and spit them back at them. It's a dominance thing. I will go back in time to where there was a save point and then tackle, just so we know he was not stealing that bunny. I will go back to a save point, lay down a bunch of proximity mines, and then I will go to work. That's a good Monday for me.
You waking up is a good Monday.
I think it would be a good enough Monday. You're gonna run out of water soon.
I'll deal with that.
Speaking of crazy people.
What's up?
Back in the old days, we used to have things called insane asylums, where we would lock away the criminally insane, kids with ADD, and disobedient housewives. You know, the good old days. We don't do that with crazy people anymore. We have since shut down insane asylums. We have other names for them. We keep our crazies on public television where everyone can keep a good eye on them. We call it C-SPAN nowadays. So some of my favorite actors, who else is coming out right now? I rewatched The Dark Knight again, because I'm realizing that some of my favorite performances are simply great eccentric actors who are copying existing musicians. Johnny Depp came along to create Captain Jack Sparrow, which was his impression of Keith Richards of the Rolling Stones. He put on a wig and said, "I'm a pirate, give me an Oscar." Heath Ledger did the same thing, but what few people realize, if you go to YouTube and you search for interviews by blues singer Tom Waits, it's the exact mirror of the Joker, the shoulders, the grouchy voice. He's exactly copying that. So what I want them to do for the next film coming out, they got the Avengers movie eventually coming out. It is in the workings. I think it's time for them to bring in like another great actor to portray a villain. They should bring in Christopher Walken to play Loki, the god of mystery. That would be great.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Best is though, like, I don't want a rebodied of Loki. I want like 60s Jack Kirby Loki. So you have Chris Walken, this crazy like tight costume, like all like this. And it'd be hilarious. You know, you have Iron Man in his like $3,000 costume, Captain America in his whatnot. Yeah, that. And then you have Walkie rolling on like this. Avengers, so nice to see you. Tony Stark, you're sober. That's fantastic. Captain America, Thor, what's up, bro? Who's that? You with the antennas. Ant-Man? No, you can't be Ant-Man. That's stupid. You can be Uncle Man. You can be Daddy Man. You can't be Ant-Man. Oh, the insect. Are you like Spider-Man? You shoot webs through your butt? No? So what are you gonna do? Ruin my picnic? Next. Black Panther. Huh. You know, that's kind of beating the nail on the head. Just saying. Black Widow. That's alright, because that's okay. Wowza. You're fantastic.
I am so proud of you. When I'm hoping for the Superman movie, they take one of my favorite actors of all time, Robert De Niro, and they have him channeling either Bob Dylan or Diana Ross. I think their time is now. I can't even do that impression. That's how epic it sounds to me. We're going to be part of a weird generation that grew up with technology, that grew up with video games, and we're eventually just going to be all these old people hanging out in retirement homes, and it'll be great because we'll be retired and doing nothing but going back to the World of Warcraft. Grandson keeps trying to friend me. Busy playing the original Counter-Strike. We'll be running out there, get off my lawn, you noobs! Because I lost my place. But we'll eventually get into the weird position where we're at that age, friends are getting married. It's weird when you go on Facebook and you don't recognize half the people because they've changed their last name. It's like, I know stuff about you. I should have been the one to object to the wedding, come up dressed like Ace Attorney. Does anyone object to these two getting married? $300 on a wake, this better pay off. But we're gonna get at that weird point where we're like adopting children or at least harassing kids, and we're not gonna be able to give any of the right talks because we've been brainwashed by anime for so long. Where do babies come from? When a schoolgirl reaches a certain age, tentacles will swarm her from nowhere. Oh, babies! Okay, when a man and a woman take a break, they restart the series, there's a beautiful baby boy that looks exactly like the father who gets kidnapped by the father's alien uncle who comes down in a little ball. And then the father has to team up with a weird green, used to be his enemy alien, so they can fight off the evil uncle alien to get the son back. Grandpa, that's the first season of Dragon Ball Z. It's great! And that's where babies come from. Maybe we missed a gap there. The pregnancy thing. Every time you go to download a new video on the internet, every time you're going to Hulu.com, you're trying to watch something, you're bombarded with ads left and right. That's what I hate about the internet, is it's almost easier just to watch it on TV and just deal with the commercials, because then you know they're coming. But online, they come at you like vultures. Vultures carrying baseball bats. And they swarm you, and no matter what you do, the ad is always there. So you're stuck watching the car ad, or the other car insurance ad, and they're counting down painfully. Your precious loss will begin in 15, 14, 13. By the time the 10-second mark is up, because you can't go anywhere else. You can't scroll anywhere else on the site, or they restart that commercial. Once it reaches 0, you think the show's coming, they play the same commercial again. And then if you get tired of the scene, we want to scroll further into the episode, they will play that ad again. If you try to restart, they will play that ad again. What I hate about Hulu now, they will ask you the question, is this ad relevant to you? I'm in my mid to late 20s, unemployed, homeless, I just stole a sandwich from Starbucks. I'm really gonna buy a new Lamborghini, unless you are trying to pitch me the second season of Firefly. It's not relevant to my interests. So by clicking no, I am telling these ad agency demons who are living on top of Stark Towers, they can't get into my mind. There's nothing I want from them. So every time you click no on the Hulu ads, you are forcing them to hire a new writer to write a new commercial. They're hiring film crews, hiring new actors. You're stimulating the economy just by being picky. Feel proud for that. But we're here at Kinokuniya because we are here to celebrate our love of Japanese anime, anything Japanese coming over. I personally love Japanese television. Because it's like that child with ADD who just discovered Photoshop and Windows Media Player, because Japanese news teams just have lights and banners and colors that you're not supposed to see flashing across all the time. But I personally love Japanese game shows. Because they are like the golden age of Nickelodeon game shows. It's Double Dare, I double dare you to survive that. It's Legends of the Hidden Temple with spiked pits. In an American game show, there are all these trivia questions, there are all these backstabbing questions. They sit down, there's no physical activity. And when you lose, we're all like, yay, consolation prize. In a Japanese game show, they're hardcore. When you lose in a Japanese game show, panther mauling! And even when you win the Japanese game show, you've lost something. I pogo sticked through the mushroom forest and survived the sumo farting on my face. I can't wait to go home and tell my Warcraft guild. They'll feign pride for me, they're all bots, I don't care. But like the original Japanese Iron Chef, that was my personal favorite. I love the American Iron Chef, but I miss the translation errors of the original Japanese one, because the Japanese one had this amazing character who simply watched everything from above. He was this bizarre supervillain almost. It was this Japanese Broadway actor who, the Japanese Broadway is like our Broadway, but really thin. It's more efficient. He would stand up in Kitchen Stadium with a cape, these white Mickey Mouse gloves, and this bell pepper perched on his shoulder like, I'm the captain and this is my palate. And he just stared down, laughing maniacally. Yes, cook for me, chefs. This week's loser is next week's theme ingredient. And the chefs were absolutely ballistic. Masaharu Morimoto is one of my idols when it comes to cooking. The guy who was Iron Chef Japan before him was criminally insane. As in, let's not put him near knives and fire, let's televise him on a kitchen. This guy would grab a live octopus and strangle it in a pot of boiling water barehanded. And they were asking, what are you doing? If it dies knowing fear, it tastes better. The secret ingredient was supposed to be mango, but have fun with that, okay? And the commentators on the Japanese Iron Chef were always fantastic because they had no idea what was going on. There was the guy who was just trying to talk really fast, just trying to always fill in the space, just trying to fill in space, making sure that there's no empty space. There was the food expert whose job was to go, I see, just to let us know he's not going blind. And then there was always this washed up D-list soap opera cute girl there, you know, for fan service, because if you're going to turn on TV, there's a cute girl, helps you keep watching. And she has no idea what's going on. No concept of food, just knows it has to go in her mouth. Because standing behind her is her agent who's just stabbing her with a cattle prod. Now giggle stupidly and cover your teeth again. Keep smiling or it's back to dubbing the hentai for you. No! Good rehearsal, good start, okay. Because the American Iron Chef has all this glitz and glamour and all the lights everywhere. And it's missing the danger, it's missing the thrill. People used to get harmed badly on the Japanese Iron Chef. Now there's like, oh, I burned myself. I want danger, I want like a live animal stalking through the American Kitchen Stadium. Anything they kill out of self-defense goes into the recipe. So you have Bobby Flay working on like veal cutlet raviolis, dicing everything up. Panther! Has to beat it down. Okay, grab the liver, we're making soup. Opens up the oven, snakes. Am I the only one who thinks that Snakes on a Plane sounds more like an extreme Japanese game show than an actual movie? Or like, okay, like a Japanese candid camera. $24.99, 2 seasons, I buy that on DVD and a snap. You set up a bunch of cameras in a plane, and you just have this voice of God narrating, here comes the Kanazuke family, flying back from Kyoto, from Grandpa's funeral. Aww. And snakes! Will they survive the flight back to Tokyo, or will Grandpa have visitors up in heaven? Happy fun time family, Death Snake plane ride. Ding! Coming soon to the Sci-Fi Network. I'm sorry, the Sci-Fi Network. Yes, Sci-Fi. I like Pokemons too. For the Christmas holiday, I'm not going to be home for the first time. I'm actually going to visit my girlfriend. She lives down in Washington, D.C. And by visiting her, that means I'm visiting her 2 cats. Because you're not a cat owner, you are an indentured servant to cats who allow you to play their butler. Because cats own a space, and they always look out the window and they give you this look like, please let me out. I'm such a prisoner, like they have kitty Stockholm syndrome. I'm really keeping you prisoner in this amazing spa where I wait on you hand and feet. A cat is weird. A cat is the only animal that shows its affection with a headbutt. Anytime Ram's doing it, they're trying to push someone off a cliff. They will headbutt you and then slam their butt into your face. And anytime I do that in public to show an affection to a fan, I get arrested. But every morning there's a specific ritual that never gets disturbed in my girlfriend's apartment. Her big cat, Epic, she has 2 cats, Epic and Quest. Those are their actual names. So Epic is just fat. Epic is always lying in the sunlight, big Buddha belly just spreading across, and my girlfriend's natural instinct, being tiny and Asian, is to run over and harass it. So she goes over and she starts shaking the cat's stomach, and the cat tries to go away, but it doesn't put enough effort to actually move. And I realize this is a battle of wills. This is the cat employing game theory on my girlfriend. His theory that if he stays still long enough, she will get bored and move away. But he's suffering, and he looks to me like, you can end this. Help me. I will not be moved. Rosa Parks for the win. I am already warm. I'm already comfortable. Something shiny will come along and distract you, woman. My laziness will trump your ADD. Sometimes it does. Some days it don't. So Chris, we've got the holidays coming up, and we've got all these Christmas specials. Everyone is saving Santa Claus. Men in Black have saved Santa Claus. All Dogs Go to Heaven saved Santa Claus. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia ruined Santa Claus and bit into his jugular. But as anime fans, there's never really going to be an appropriate Christmas holiday in an anime series. We've had to come up with a couple of our own. So if we're here trying to pitch to the Sci-Fi Network, what would be the first thing you'd pitch, Troy?
Well, pipes. The new hottest is panty and stocking, right?
Panty and stocking from Gynex,
So
absolutely.
but you know what? Christmas is overdone. Hanukkah, what about Ramadan?
So, panty and stocking and Ramadan.
Think about it. Ramadan, they starve themselves for 12 hours straight.
Yes.
So panty and stocking and starving themselves. 12 hours. The best thing is, no matter how big an idea I have, getting to that is going to be much, much worse.
They would put in a giant robot and make it better.
Robot for lucky.
Okay, well what about the Vegeta who stole Christmas?
My favorite part is when his heart grew 3 times bigger that day, and the Goku beat his ass in. Fantastic.
Okay, well what would you do for Hanukkah? What anime would you do to match up with Hanukkah?
Hanukkah. Guilt, money, Ava.
Okay. So the Neon Genesis Evangelion Hanukkah Spectacular.
It'd be great.
Because it is great, because Gendo does start off, he gives his son one awesome gift, a giant robot, and then he gives like 8 crappy gifts afterward, which is like his approval, or him not backhanding his son. Hi son, we haven't spoken in about 10 years, so happy birthday, here's a giant robot. Now here's the thing, we don't really know if these things really work. Everyone we try to put inside it either kills or devours. But look, there's this giant monster from space outside the building trying to murder all of us. Nuclear weapons don't work on it. We want you to get inside the robot. We've got a specialty little swimsuit for you to step in. We're gonna put you inside of a dark tube and fill it with water. You're gonna drown for about 10 seconds, then we're gonna screw you upside down into the back of the giant robot. Stop crying. And we want you to pilot the robot and fight off the alien. Can you do that for Dad? Yes, I know it smells like your mom. Get over it. We designed it that way. Would you just fight the robot, son? And happy Hanukkah. I don't think I want to watch that anymore, Chris.
I do now.
Okay, what else would you got? Like Full Metal Alchemist, what could they do for Christmas?
Oh, jeez, no. Oh, I'm sure Ed and Al could go hang out with their mom. Oh.
Dude.
Now I want to see the FMA Mode special episode.
What about the homunculi who saved Christmas? Gluttony eats Santa Claus, so they have to dress him up like that. Envy transmutes himself to be all of the reindeer. And lust is boobies. Okay.
I like that.
Who would you have for a Kwanzaa special?
Kwanzaa, wow. That's right, because, they're not really representing,
Oh yeah, I am setting you up for this.
I got it.
Okay.
Mr. Popo's Kicking Kwanzaa special. Think about it. It makes sense.
One guy's excited for that. Bidoof the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I'd go for that. Jingle Zatch Bell. Silent Hill Night.
How about, I like giant robots.
Okay.
Grandma got run over by a Gundam.
Well, what's the big enemy right now?
Italia.
Okay, Hetalia. You can do a Hetalia Christmas special. It's all about World War II.
Jeremy's White Christmas.
Followed shortly by Chris Troy's Christmas special, A Night in Jail thanks to the Kinokuniya security staff.
That's fair.
Jingle Bell Rock Lee for the Naruto fans.
Oh, I got it. 597 Advent calendar. Come on. Chocolate. And toys.
The Big O Christmas tree.
For the ladies, Hark the Angel Sanctuary thing.
Okay, we could do that. Walking Dead Christmas. Don't get too attached to anybody at all.
Speaking of the dead, how about High School of the Dead, the musical?
High School of the Dead, the Glee rendition. Okay, we can do that. Spider-Man the musical, the game, the Rock Band AMV on ice. We've got everything covered to completely sell out for the week. The Hellsing Christmas special. That's a silent night right there.
Santa Claus vs. Dynamics.
What? You're going to make toys. We make balls here. That almost makes Dragon Ball Z sound gay, but that's impossible. Dragon Ball Z is about all those muscular, oiled up guys who tear up their shirts and scream and they run around fisting each other and they glow blue and they glow pink and they form these big blue balls and they play volleyball with them and they put on matching earrings and they start fusing because their 15-year-old son started experimenting and Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
You didn't even need the fangirls for that one. Well, what about for New Year's?
Alright, oh, it's cool because I saw MCR record their New Year special, so
Okay.
why not Detroit Metal City, Rock New Year?
Better than Kyon. Better than Kyon.
You had to go there, didn't you? No, I'm saying.
It was better than the Suzumiya band. They were fun. So, it's about the time of the holidays. So we obviously get to celebrate the best holiday ever, Winter Enmas. Winter Enmas is a holiday started by a webcomic that is, don't leave the house and play video games because you're not at school anymore. Happens pretty much from Christmas to New Year's. So I wanted to get into the spirit. At home every Christmas, my father reads us all "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." It's a wonderful weathered rendition, an edition he's had pretty much since my sisters and I were born. So we wanted to do something a little more adapt for the anime community, a little bit more for the season. 'Twas the day before Comic-Con in a rented Winnebago, because New York's the better con. Suck it, San Diego. I want to be a guest there. The manga I carried, I saw no need to hide them, in hopes that the artists would be there to sign them. And all the fanboys and all the fanglasses waited in line for 3 hours to pick up their passes. When up from the ocean, mighty Cthulhu arose! In his horrific presence, the con-goers froze. His dragon-like wings and tentacled mouth sprayed slime and a stench that even Jersey found foul. As the city was flooded beneath briny foam, I turned to my friend saying, "Oh, rapture, we're boned. It's the apocalypse now, the old ones are back, the streets will run red and the sun shall turn black." And then Cthulhu would summon his elder gods by name, and through the eldritch death void each of them came. On Azathoth, on Dagon, on Cyrus Miley, on Nyarlathotep, on Hydra, and on Bill O'Reilly. The apocalypse blossomed into a fiery gloom. With monsters everywhere, it seemed the earth was doomed. As portraits we stood, terror splashed on each feature, when up from the sea arose another sea creature. It glowed with radiation and looked Japanese. Godzilla has arrived to bring Cthulhu to his knees! A more colossal slugfest you'll never again see. The same kaiju big battle, it's the fate of mankind. Both fighters stood green, scaly and tall. One would devour us, the other would fall. The battle was fierce, this matchup seemed clever, though I shrugged at this lemon, worst fanfic ever. Then the titans were locked in a grappling pose. Who would emerge the victor? No one would know. Come on, Godzilla! You've got to win this fight! Save Manhattan, mankind! Also, Walking Dead's on tonight! In intimate wrestling, they pulled their jaws closer. Slime, scale, and blood. It couldn't get any grosser. In stalemate they locked, every punch started missing, and the giants locked limbs and then started kissing. It was sloppy and sticky, and limbs started to writhe. Then soon they held hands, both satisfied. Cthulhu sank back to his Atlantean silt. It gets worse. Accompanied by a colossal Komodo of Japanese build. The next morning, a surprise waited for us on TV. Godzilla spoke to the press, to C-SPAN, to NBC. Remember yesterday when I rescued mankind? The way I see it, New York, you owe me big time. So for the holidays, buy Uncle Yo's DVD. If you don't, he'll be sad, and you'll answer to me. So enjoy your break, your family, every dinner you nom. Happy solstice to all. Live, laugh, and glomp. Fun time up here, Chris. Did you have a fun time?
It was magical and disgusting. Mostly disgusting.
Magical and disgusting. Okay, that's pretty much the party we went to last night. Most of that. Once the rock band started to die down. So for anyone else coming in, everything up here is totally free. It's a grab bag. Be my guest. Grab whatever you want.